Well, I must say, this particular theme sure suits the ladies. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 68th Change of Command Ceremony 2016 at the Key Largo Anglers Club. And I'm going to step over, and the first order of business for me will be to recognize our past Commodores. Past Commodore Ken White. Past Commodore Frank Page. Past Commodore Sidney Balsbaugh. Past Commodore Nick Lonnie. Past Commodore Terry Whitbeck. Past Commodore Mr. Cooper. Past Commodore Joe Neely. Past Commodore Pete Swenson. Past Commodore Bill Baker. Past Commodore Helene Peddle. Past Commodore Rod Jones.
Captain West, lower the Virgin. Sir, I relinquish command.
Sir, I accept command.
Attention to colors!
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to thank personally Stephen and Alicia Spindlenhauer for giving us a wonderful year at the club and the magnificent Commodores. And they've set a very high bar for me. And I would like to ask both of them to come up to the podium. On behalf of the Key Largo Anglers Club, I'd like to present these pins to Stephen and Alicia. Madam, First Lady Emeritus. All right, here we go. I think we've got a nice weekend planned for everyone, and we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. Since we've got this piper with us, I'm going to ask you all to walk in behind the flag officers, and the piper is going to bring us in to the receiving line. Now I would like to introduce you to our Vice Commodore Robert Smalley. Up. Come on up. Rear Commodore Randy Smalley. And Fleet Captain Rick Link. All right, without further ado, we're going to have our flag ceremony. Then we're going to be piped in to the receiving line and the party.
Grab Ken White.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. John Rando, our Commodore, brought us the Roaring 20s and less misbehaving. We appreciate that. And now, the Key Largo Anglers Club players would like to return the compliment with the Ziegfeld Follies, and John, they're going to get you good. Now, our first skip, join the club, or will our Commodore, Rando, make it through the admissions committee of the Pearly Gates Yacht Club?
And the gates are closed. For the moment.
All right. Now it seems that our Commodore is a member not only of the Anglers Club, oh, wait till you hear this, but frequents many clubs, other distinguished clubs, such as the Bass Rocks Golf Club, Rolling Rock Club, Boodles in London Club, the Union Club, the Knickerbocker Club in New York, Eastern and Eastern Point, Singing Beach, Somerset, Royal Bermuda, Coral Beach, to name a few. Clearly, our Commodore enjoys being a member of clubs. Well, we didn't want to talk about that one club in New York, Joe. Anyway, but tonight, the angels are gathered to discuss the pending application of Commodore Rando to enter into the Pearly Gates Yacht Club, that great eternal club in the sky. Well, joyous. Our next name. Our next name is that notorious joiner, John Rando. He's been looking a little pale lately, dancing to Charleston, drinking all that bathtub gin. So the Heavenly Admissions Committee thinks it's time to review his application for the Pearly Gates Yacht Club.
And mark it yes, or no, or maybe. Maybe. So, St. Joseph, what does candidate Rando have in his file? I've Googled him, and the only thing I could find was that he holds the Guinness Book of World Records for a number of memberships in yacht clubs.
Better have a drink.
Let's look at applications from one of those many clubs and see if they can give us some indication of whether or not we should admit Commodore Rando. Here comes.
Here come angels Nancy and Alan. They are on the commission committee of the Redneck Yacht Club.
In evaluating John's application to join the Redneck Yacht Club, we were asked to investigate some of his previous club memberships. First, naturally, we went to Google. The only John Rando from Gloucester was a youngish, artsy, Broadway Tony-winning director, clearly not our John. Next, we decided to look for pictures of John on Google Images. Same result. We concluded John must be in the Witness Protection Program. Using methods of stealth, we found that John belongs to at least 50 yacht clubs in New England alone. This speaks well for his application prowess, but not his selectivity, and importantly, the club's selectivity.
Ooh. As you can tell, I'm like an off-white angel. I'm representing the Redneck Yacht Club. And I need to first acquaint you with our club. I have photos from our brochure.
You have to hold your...
Helping person, would you pass me the photos, please? Hold it closer. Okay. I won't go through that again. Do it. This is, I believe that's what, our clubhouse. This is the Redneck Yacht Club clubhouse. Are you passing around also the parking lot? Vehicles known only to the Redneck Club, and the last Commodore's weekend. Now, I want you to know, we are incredibly exclusive. We require 2 interviews, a minimum of 4 teeth, 10 months of tax returns, copies of all speeches to Goldman Sachs, ownership of at least 2 pairs of wife beaters. One for good and one for dress. Now, I need to tell you, after all of that, John was rejected for membership in the Redneck Yacht Club. The issue for the Pearly Gates Committee is whether this is a bad thing or a good thing. This is our club, our burgee, And for those of you who wish to treasure this, I hand this to John in memory of the club that would not accept it.
Well, good, good. But we need more than one recommendation. This is a club for eternity, after all, and we don't want to be rash. Oh, I see Angels Molly and Sir William on a cloud over there. Let's ask them about another kind of application important to clubs.
Can you see it?
I was willing to vote for Commodore Randall's admission to the Pearly Gates Yacht Club until I saw on Google that he is chairman of the Gloucester Liquor Licensing Board.
I know.
And that's the truth.
I know it's the truth because I read it in the Boston Globe today, and my beautician told me also.
And that he has an application before that very board to open a bar in heaven. He is calling it the Cloud 9 Bar. The chances of his getting it approved are good because he's the chairman of the board there also.
Is that a conflict of interest or Massachusetts politics as usual?
Well, either way, John would be the perfect angel to open the first celestial center for libations. He's got lots of expertise on both sides of the bar. He may be heading for heaven any minute because this is the roaring 20s after all, and running a bar can be a one-way ticket to the pearly gates when the revenuers start shooting at the rum runners.
And John would know all about that because he just loves the Kennedys.
Well, Angel Joyous, I'm totally confused. Redneck Club, conflict of interest. Are there any other angels we could consult before we take a vote?
Well, how about someone from the admissions committee of the Key Largo Anglers Club? Look, I see Angel Darlene Dodge sending feather clouds our way. Surely that's a vote of approval. And oh my, is that Angels Muffy and Rolf on that far cloud? Oh, now, John was like a member of their family. They knew him well. All those parties on the Romar. Well, let's ask Muffy and Rolf if they could tell us about the real John Randall.
Commodore Angel, Rolf Terry, and my lovely wife, Muffy, are here to give testimony to the character of Commodore John Rando for entry into his final club. The Ultimate Club has criteria similar to all clubs. How many clubs does he belong to? How long have other members known him? Have they entertained him? Are the other members social or business acquaintances? Does he have the support of other members? Perhaps a brief recalling of his admission process in the Key Largo Anglers Club will be illustrative.
Oh, Rolf, do you remember that time on our boat, Romar, when we were with John and oh dear, I guess we shouldn't go into that, should we?
Muffy, dear, I was just thinking back on all those good times we had with John. Remember when John was running around the boat and absolutely, oops, shouldn't talk about that either.
No, Rolf, what happened on Romar stays on Romar.
So you see, we had known John for much of his life and wanted him to be a part of our club. We invited him aboard our beloved boat Romar for a cruise to Anglers. We got the membership committee together, and they asked questions well until the cocktail hour. John, sensing the time and displaying other approved membership characteristics, suggested we all adjourn to the bar where he was buying.
membership was approved. We would like to sponsor John for the final club.
Well, St. Joseph, all these good people have seen good sides of Commodore John's character, as have all these anglers' angels.
What do you say, angels? Shall we welcome our Commodore John Rando to the Pearly Gates Yacht Club?
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 1920s, prohibition of alcohol gave rise to the speakeasy, the underground operation created for the enjoyment of alcohol. Speakeasies also hosted a wide variety of entertainment, John. Join us now as we take a look inside the rehearsal of a new show at Uncle Tito's.
Wow, that was a close escape. You got the loot? You betcha. Oh, hey, Judge, hey.
We gotta get out of here before Nicky the Snake finds us.
Hey, it's Sweet Toad.
Yeah, what you got?
We borrowed a little money, and we need to hide out for a while.
Quick, come with me. Hustle will hide out at Uncle Tito's, yeah? Let's go.
Oh, and I hear this joint is restricted, so don't tell them you're Canadians.
As you know, we open a new show tonight, so I want today's rehearsal to be bang on.
The cast and crew is ready to go, Uncle Tito. You know, Uncle Tito, I sing too. I know I don't look like much, but I'm not such a slouch.
Don't kid yourself. You're a tremendous slouch.
Yeah, there he is.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it.
Who the hell are you?
They call me Nicky the Snake.
Il nomine, il belli, il sanctus.
I'm here looking for some friends of mine that borrowed a sum of money.
Out, you baboon.
Baboon? Do I look like your wife? You can't throw me out of here. I'm a member of the New York Yacht Club.
Oh, ahoy, polloi. Stay if you like, but grab a seat. Chop, chop. Low tide. Thank you.
You're a lot of woman. You want to make 14 cents the hard way?
Let's get this rehearsal started while we're young.
Ready and willing. Ready and waiting. Places, everyone.
The lights are green, the bunnies are on the track, and the horses are off to the track. Wrong. This is awful. Next.
Uncle Tito, we've got a brand new act in town. Major Festering Boil.
We drink a drink to Lily the pink, the savior of the human race. For she invented...
That will do.
You don't have a London gin and tonic?
After the show. Next, chorus girls. Music. Something before electricity. Chorus girls, my eye! Where's my star?
Out, girls, out. In the next Uncle Tito, may I present Lily Von Stoop, equity member.
Christ, now what? Oh, Christ, now what?
Uncle Tito, I can do it.
Right. You know what, kiddo? I will be less painful if I just cross my legs and you bring out the 3 nails.
No, really, I can. Give me a second. Girls, help me out. Annie, an intro in E. F. No, make it F. I'm not one of the greedy kind. All of my wants are simple. I know what's on my mind. I'm not waiting until I find what can make your eyes glisten with joy. Now listen, big boy. I wanna be loved by you, just you.
what's your point? Where's my finale?
Places, everyone, for the finale.
Johnny, how we love you, how we love you. On the door, Johnny. We give the world to thee. Among your friends at KLAC, even got your Tito's. Waiting for you on running busy. Your friends of North will see you no more when you become our
Uncle Tito, thank you for the hospitality. I see my boys there now.
Quick, girl.
Don't you people have a home?
Okay, all right, that was great. Beautiful costumes, everything. The next group, The Wish. And I don't want all of you to be too alarmed because this may be a little bombastic, okay? I've seen a little bit of it. But The Wish is presented by the Not Ready for Prime Time Players. The Wish, come on out.
The Wish, take one.
Wait a minute. Don't anybody touch it. I'll take care of it. Wow. I don't know exactly what this is, but could you hold on to this for a minute? Commodore?
Yes.
There may be a genie in the bottom of this bottle, but...
Do I need to rub it?
No, as a matter of fact, Commodore, you need to rub it. And I think if you pull on these, you may get a wish. Now take the whole bottle. Genie, where are you, Genie? Where's the genie? Here she
Master Commodore, I am here to grant you 3 wishes. Wish for anything you want, anything your heart desires, Master.
I wish just once I could beat the Coopers at croquet.
Commodore, that's ridiculous. I'm good, but not that good. You must choose another wish.
Okay. I always wished I could sit on the throne of England. King John of Massachusetts has a nice ring to it.
Master. That will never happen. The royal family would not allow a Yank from Gloucester to sit on the throne. This is your last wish, Master.
Okay, then I wish I could just be like the Great Gatsby way back in the Roaring '20s.
Yes, sir, that is a wish I can grant. Oh, back to the 20s.
Let me take you back to the stage. What? Somebody threw me Mickey here. Anyway, let's set the stage back here in March 5th, 1924. The Triple R fishing camp is now open.
Wrong skit.
Go ahead, it's all yours.
Good evening, I'm Nick Carraway. What did you do with the script? Anglers Club, 1922. The parties were bigger. The bills were higher. The morals were looser. And the liquor was moonshine. What skit is that? I never knew anyone who received a direct invitation to J. Rando's club. In fact, it seemed that the entire city of Boston came uninvited. Every week they packed into their automobiles and ended up every weekend, all weekend, at Anglers. I mean, everyone from every walk of life, from every corner of Boston, this kaleidoscopic cavalcade of human beings descended on Key Largo and J. Rando's club.
Thank you all for
This cavalcade included billionaire playboys with their blonde nurses, heiresses comparing inheritances on J. Rando's lawn, gossip columnists alongside gangsters, and even governors exchanging telephone numbers. Yes, there were beautiful film stars. There were Broadway directors. There were morality protectors. There were high school defectors. And there was even Bonnie, a direct descendant of the Knickerbockers. They all came to protest the 18th Amendment and to sing the night away at the piano bar. The restlessness, the fever, the hysteria, the dancing until dawn.
Who is this Rando? Do you know him? J. Rando? No one knows anything about him or where he is from. Or what he does, or where he made his fortune.
I heard he made his money in prohibition.
It's actually scandalous. They say he used the running meat at Boston Tea Party.
I will tell you the truth, the God's truth about myself.
I am the son of a very prominent family. I'm a member of the finest clubs in all of America. The New York Yacht Club, the Sailing Club at Newport, and of course, the Chicken Ranch over the rump and Pahrump. Over the hump and Pahrump. I've traveled the world, collecting pocket squares, sipping martinis, and I didn't gamble the ring. And then I discovered Key Largo Old Sport. And now, every member of this club has given me an award, a decoration. And now I'm known as Commodore John Rando, the man who throws the finest parties in all of Massachusetts.
Well, there you have it. The truth is out. Jay Rando is a man with an extraordinary sense of hope. The most popular man in town, and the newly crowned Commodore of the Key Largo Anglers Club. Now it all makes sense. Key Largo, when the sun goes down. We love it. Bet your bottom dollar you'll drink the booze in Key Largo, Key Largo. The club that prohibition could not shut down. On weekends at Anglers, I just want to say, they do things in a very special way. The time of their life. They come to lose their trouble and strive. Key Largo at Anglers, my own club. Key Largo, at the end of Part Sound. Key Largo at Anglers, where the Commodore's crowned. John Rando, bottom dollar he spent a lot on this weekend at Anglers. The party that is famous and renowned. On this day, the skit day, I just want to say, they do things they don't do on Broadway. Hey, they have the time of their life. They come to lose their trouble and strife. Key Largo, Anglers, my own club.
That was terrific. Great. Now I got my paperwork back in order. I don't know who did that to me. But anyway, now let me set the stage. It is March 5th, 1924. The Triple R Fishing Camp is now open. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on.
is Al. Of my associates, refer to me as Mr. C. I run an organization on the south side of Chicago, but enjoy my winters on the sunny shores of Miami Beach. Tonight, I'm going to share with you the story, with just a touch of literary license, of the true beginning of the Key Largo Anglers Club, or as we fondly know it, Rando's Risky Ranch. You see, here in the Roaring Twenties, alcohol is illegal. Prohibition, we call it. As a result, one of my enterprising associates from Gloucester, Mass., Little Johnny Rando, found the perfect spot to provide booze, babes, and gambling for a thirsty and fun-loving group of flappers and fellas. Some local fishermen had established a top-drawer fishing camp on the northern tip of Key Largo. The location is very, very remote. There are no paved roads, very little law enforcement, but great access by water. It's a perfect spot for a spiffy speakeasy like Rando's Risky Ranch. Coincidentally, several of my associates are rum runners, like the sophisticated Billy McCoy. And the sly Cracker Johnson, who provide the club with hooch from the Bahamas. Some of their female counterparts, like Toots Terry, Glad Rags Gertie Lithgow, and Red Hot Mama Marie Waite, are three tasty tomatoes who also bring booze to Rando's place. Marie has a large crew of sailors who manage her hooch route from Havana to Rando's ranch. She provides a giggle water to the grateful patrons from as far away as Chicago's south side to our neighboring clientele from the sunny shores of Miami Beach. You see, the heat is on, and so the gangsters and their malls are thrilled with our little remote Keys hotspot. The famous and the notorious flock to our discreet location, with its easy access by boat through Angelfish Creek and Biscayne Bay, while maintaining the appearance of a sleeping fishing camp. They revel at Rando's Risky Ranch without fear of pirates or police, since the very connected Little Johnny Rando has all the authorities in his back pocket. As you can see, the crowd is enjoying a typical raucous evening at Rando's, and life is good in the Florida Keys.
Quiet, everyone. Somebody at the door.
May I help you, sir?
I'm Chief Investigator Elliot Ness of the Chicago Bureau of Prohibition. We're looking for Al Capone and some of his palookas.
Calm down, sir. Come take a load off.
Wait! That's one of them right there!
No. That's John Rando. He's a famous fishing guide here. You know, this is just a fishing camp. Check out the fishnet house, buddy.
As we move to the present day here at the Key Largo Anglers Club, it's now March the 5th, 2016. Much has changed, including the name, yet much remains the same. Thank you. Members are still partying and enjoy cocktails around Annie's Piano Bar. And some have even danced on it. Past and present, we're still a very grateful bunch to enjoy life here in the Florida Keys, but especially at the Key Largo Anglers Club. So let's raise a glass and toast our new Commodore, Mr. John Rando. Here's to us. Who's like us? Damn few.
And our next group, I think they're here, All That Jazz. Come on in. All That Jazz. Hey, hey, check this out. Whoa, whoa. Wow.
Down. Yeah, and all that jazz. Start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the heat is low and the Chicago's hot. Just a noisy hall, there's a noisy brawl, and all that jazz. Slick your hair and wear your button shoes. Oh yeah, and all that jazz. I know that Father Death is gonna blow the blues. And all that jazz. Get the room, da 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 da, da 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 da, in the atmosphere, and all that jazz. You're gonna see me shimmy, shimmy, shake, and all that jazz. Oh, I'm gonna shimmy till your charters break, and all that jazz. Show me how to do you. Oh, we get regarded. Oh, all you do for all that. You're gonna see your baby shimmy, shake, and all that jazz. Oh, I'm gonna shimmy till your garters break, and all that jazz. Brush the sky, I need the bird. No Berlin, he never flew so high, but in the stratosphere, I know to lend an ear to all that jazz. And all that jazz?
Boy, that was a great group. Really did. Where's Tom? Where's Tommy? He's moving that stuff. Now, John, we have one more act. And they're going to need a little setup time. Where are they? Where are they? Where is... And it's Count Dracula, actually. Very good, young man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shortly, I will formally introduce myself to you. But until that time, you must know that I was a famous producer in New York. It is said on Broadway that I produce magical shows. So it should be very easy down here in beautiful, magical Key Largo to do some magic. It is said in Key Largo, dreams are dreamt and wishes come true. Wishes come true. Wishes come true. Mr. Commodore, the Commodore has wished to return to the roaring 20s. And I am here to assist him and to make his wish come true. And to do that, I have prepared a special gift for him. Please. A gift for the Commodore. Now, Mr. Commodore, it was at the Amsterdam Theater, 42nd Street, New York City, 1920. When I produced what was possibly the epitome of a reflection of the attitude of that era. It is said that I put the roar in the roaring 20s. Not yet, Eddie. Yes, I am the great Lawrence Ziegfeld. And I have come to this beautiful city to make the Commodore's wish come true. I have come to take him back to that magical time where a pretty girl is like a melody that haunts you night and day, just like the string from a haunting refrain. She'll turn around a marathon and run right through your brain, because a pretty girl is just like a pretty song. Yes, Commodore, I present to you the lovely and talented Ziegfeld ladies. Ladies, thank you very much, and I will be seeing you later in the show. On them. Yes, I am the great Ziegfeld, and I have incorporated, asked, pleaded in many respects, to 4 of my finest stars in the 1920s to come in and entertain the Commodore. So, if I introduce this first guy, he was a superstar. If I introduce him as William Claude Dunkerfield, I'm not sure who would recognize that name, but let's give a big round of applause, a big Ziegfeld Follies round of applause for Mr. W.C. Fields. Hey!
Hello, my little chickadees. Good to see ya. You know, I haven't been here very long, but I noticed a few things. First, you know, where there's a will, prosperity can't be far behind. The other thing, you know, a rich man, he's really nothing but a poor man with money. But it was really a woman that drove me to drink. And I never stopped to thank her.
I like that. I'm going to use that one.
But now, I always carry a case of whiskey with me. Just in case I get bitten by a snake. Which I also keep handy. But you know, Mr. Commodore, you've always got to believe in something. And you know, I believe I'm going to go have another drink. My little chickadee, I'll see you in the bar later.
Well done.
Mr. W.C. Fields, it's been almost 100 years, and that brings back so many fond memories. Our next guest, in the 1900s was dancing and singing down on Mott Street for pennies. Today he's a headliner in the 1920 Follies of one of my best shows, and here he is. Introduce yourself, Eddie.
Eddie Cantor. Hey, a little song for Eddie. Oh, if you knew Susie, like I knew Susie. Oh, yeah. Done so classy, is that dear lassie? Oh, goodness gracious, what a Cassie. I had a mustache, cute as a pup. When Susie kissed it, the denting burned up. You knew Susie, I knew Susie. Oh, yeah.
The great, the one and only Mr. Eddie Cantor. Oh, Eddie Cantor is too much. Those twinkle toes and lilting voice is wonderful. Our next guest is a beautiful lady. Not only is she beautiful, she's a movie star in her own right, and also a star of stage and radio. She was honored later in the Second World War by our servicemen who named their life preserver equipment after her. She needs no introduction. Miss Mae West. My goodness, Miss West. What beautiful pearls those are.
Mr. Zinke, goodness had nothing to do with them. Mr. Commodore, I think I should see you. It's so good to be with you tonight. You know, I like a Commodore with a past, but I prefer one with a present. Mr. Commodore, when I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better. You know, we only live once. But if we do it right, once is enough. It's good to have a man in your life. I see you have a man in your life. You have a man in your life. Well, it's great to have a man in your life, but it's a lot better to have life in your man. I don't care much about dieting. The only carrots I care about are the number of carrots in a diamond ring. Now, Mr. Everhart, he told me that there are 10 men waiting for me up in my apartment. I told him to send one away. I'm a little tired tonight. Before I go, Mr. Commodore, why don't you come up and see me sometime?
That concludes the X-rated portion of our show. This last guest that I brought for you to see was the absolute star of all of my Ziegfeld shows for about 15 years. If I say her name now, some of you will know her and some may not know her, but if I told you that Barbara Streisand in 1960 played her life in a movie called Funny Girl, well, let's all welcome the funny girl, Miss Fanny Brice.
I'm Fanny Brice. It's good to see all of you today. Let me try this. I think I'll do it again, but I tell you, I'm looking for the Commodore and I'm having a hard time finding him. But I believe I see him. I believe he's here. Well, Mr. Commodore, did you like my shimmy? Well, I could do it again, but anyway, the real reason I'm here is to sing a song for you. Unfortunately, it's the story of my life. Anyway, here goes. Second-hand rose, they call me second-hand rose. I never had a single thing that was used. Even Jake the plumber, the man I adore, had the nerve to tell me he'd been married before. Second-hand rose, they call me second-hand rose, from Second Avenue, from Second
Thank you, Molly. Let's bring her back for an encore. She's a terrific star. All right, Miss Fanny Brice. Miss Fanny Brice. Wow. I I remember when I was producing shows that Fanny Bryce was the star in. It really wasn't a production, it was a party. She was fun. Anyway, back to our mission here. I'd like to present to you one more time, as we close our show, the beautiful dancing Ziegfeld ladies. Well, my mission is complete. I have taken the Commodore back to the mythical land of the 1920s. I'm sure that he'll be happy there. It will be their gain. It will be our loss. You guys bring the stage. I just have to direct this thing. Anyway, he'll be happy there, and he is our loss. But he's gone back to the 1920s, where the blues is cold, the jazz is hot, and the pretty girl is just like a pretty song.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great job they've done. Let's have a big round of applause for the Key Largo Anglers Club players. Directed by Andy Lowe. And of course, the beautiful Ziegfeld Follies ladies. And we'd like to have W.C. Fields come out and take a bow. W.C. Fields, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Kenner, come on out here and take a bow. Where are you? There's him. And Mae West, the great Mae West. The great Mae West. And the fabulous Fanny Bryce. Get out of here, Fanny. And finally, the man who put the roar back into the roaring 20s, Florence Ziegfeld. Hey!
John, this weekend was as fun as I imagined. We love you. Thank you. This was awesome.
We love you, John.
We love you, old sport.
Big John, happy Commodore Week, right? What would we call this? Commodore Week? Anyway, as you notice, I've tried to imitate you, and it isn't working. Everybody says that I don't hold a candle to you, all right? So I wanted to let you know, great party, great weekend. You're a fantastic Commodore, and I'm very proud to be part of your bridge officer, all right?
Yep. Good party, John. Thanks so much.
Hey, John. Bob here. Or should I say Commodore Rando. Can't tell you how much fun we've had at your Roaring 20s party. It was, Friday night was magnificent. Saturday was fun, the games, and then finally the skit parade. So much fun. our great pleasure to follow you, and thank you, Skipper. I'll look forward to accepting the command from you next year.
Hi, John. I'm Stevie Wishnack, and I love the English Club, and I love Gloucester, Massachusetts, and thank you for everything you're doing for us.
John, we really enjoyed your being a Commodore. We enjoyed the show and everything with it. Thanks so much for being our Commodore.
Ron John Rando. Well done, child. Well done. Congratulations, and thank you so much for everything that we have here tonight and everything that you ever will do. It's just magnificent, and it's fantastic, and thank you. You've definitely raised the bar.
Thank you for a most wonderful, wonderful, memorable evening. We had a great time and looking forward to John Rando as our Commodore. Thank you very much.
So, John, it's Harold and Mona. It was a wonderful evening tonight. You've been a great and will be a great Commodore and always be in our hearts. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! We love you. Yaha! Good job.
Hi, John. Thank you a million for a gorgeous, gorgeous, up to the Rando style event for tonight. We have a ball, and most of all, seeing you smile and seeing you laugh and have a great time. We thank you so much for a beautiful, beautiful party.
John, Nancy is really wonderful and charming and terrific. What I love is your really disgusting jokes.
Take care.
John, we just wanted to congratulate you. You're going to have a wonderful year ahead. The evening was superb tonight, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, John. John, us good old boys down south know you're the greatest. I know they were telling you a total lie as you like the Kennedys, because you just cringed up when we said that. But anyway, it's all fun. You're the best. And hope as many more years we'll have fun together.
John Rando is one of the best things that's happened to this club in a long time. He comes from the good state of Massachusetts, where I do, so that had to make him good.
He likes the football team.
Oh, well, he's a Patriots fan, and that makes everything okay. But we're very, very lucky to have John as our new Commodore. He'll do a beautiful job because he really understands what we all love. Thank you.
Hi, John. We just send our blessings and our thank you for a fabulous weekend. Thank you for all that you've done for anglers. We love you. Bye.
Hi, John. This is Lee Nelson speaking. I don't know you really well, but I'm delighted to be here tonight, and congratulations. You're a great guy.
Hi, John. They all asked me if I would say something really nice about you, that I'd say thank you, but of course you know me well enough that I can't possibly do that. You know, I really have learned to respect your abilities, but only in the smallest margin. So I hope that this doesn't go to your head. I hope that you're able to continue to grow as a human being and to continue to be one of my best friends. Thank you. Love you.
John, darling, we've been waiting for this day for many, many years. Congratulations, and you deserve every minute of it. We're all very proud. Love you.
Okay, John Rando. Guess what? You just hit it out of the ballpark. It has been a fabulous weekend. I know we got one more day to go. Not sure my liver can take it. Not sure your liver can take it, but we've had so much fun. The food has been unbelievable. Entertainment, unbelievable. Decorations, unbelievable. And you know what, Rando? You're unbelievable.
You did it, and former First Lady Alicia, sends her love and best wishes for the year to come, with all good health and a lot of love from both of us.
Thanks, John. Great weekend.
Mr. Commodore, this is coming from one of your female admirers, actually a part-time female admirer. So we just want to say how proud we are to have you as our Commodore, and we're going to do everything you say and follow your orders to a T. So we're looking forward. Congratulations.
John, we can't thank you enough for a marvelous weekend.
Unbelievably marvelous.
Perfect. And as Mrs. Vanderbilt would say, darling, it was scrumptious.
I thought the evening was just perfect. I've seen a lot of these shows, and this was one of the best.
John, I can't tell you how very proud I am of you. And remember our history together with the Cheery family, particularly Muffy and Rolf. I think of them today and how proud they would have been to see you take over as Commodore of this club, as your honorary mother. I am extremely honored to be standing here saying, congratulations. No one deserves it more. No one has more dedication to his friends and to his club. And this is a special time for me, and I'll always remember my special gift this weekend. Thank you. You're a lovely man.
Oh, Johnny boy, I am one lucky girl. Here's to you, bud. John, if this is an indication of what the Commodore has in store for the year, I can say, God help us all, full speed ahead.
I was in the middle of something. All right, John, thank you very much for having us at this wonderful event. We did the duds up for you, and you're a fantastic Commodore, and we appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, thank you. We had a wonderful time.
And that's it. Thanks.
Congratulations, Commodore John Rando, for an outstanding Commodores. We had the most amazing time. We have big shoes to fill, and I hope you'll join us for our ride through the 60s, Commodores 2017. Love you, John.
Well, we'd just like to compliment John Rando on a wonderful weekend, and we wish him all the best for continued success the rest of this coming year as Commodore of this lovely club. Thank you, John. Keep up the good work and spend more time down here.
Great fun, John. Thanks so much.
John, this was a wonderful weekend. We can't thank you enough. What a wonderful, wonderful time.
And we just got off the croquet courts and won, so we're doubly
happy.
Thanks again,
you.
John.
Thank you.
Thank you, John, for a great weekend. It was the best. We love you.
Wouldn't have missed it for the world, John. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Real loud. It was written by Duke Ellington, and it's titled "Hit Me with a Hot Note and Watch Me Bounce." Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with a hot note and watch
down in old Hong Kong. He had 20 years privileges taken away from him when he kicked old Buddha's God. Hoagie Carmichael did that one. We've got the great Terry Waldo here. Yeah. He lived with U.B. Blake. U.B. Blake lived to be 100 years old. He was the father of the jazz era and our jazz music. And Terry's going to play a few songs for you that we're all going to really enjoy. Tell them about it, Terry.
Let's get a little ragtime for you.
We need to turn your vocal up too.
Can you hear me? Yeah, they can hear me. All right, here we go.